Emerging from the vast plains of Africa, there is one animal that holds a remarkable place in human history. These creatures' descendants have evolved to become icons, not of the jungle, but of our digital age. And no, they're not the majestic lions. We're talking about a far more subtle predator, the African wildcat, the ancestor of the beloved domestic cats that now rule our homes and the internet alike. The African wildcat is a lone hunter, yet managed to form a unique relationship with humans thousands of years ago. This unexpected partnership resulted in one of the longest-standing and mutually beneficial connections between species. But what makes these cats so special? Let's dive deeper into their story. These cats belong to the Felis genus and roam vast areas, including Africa, the Middle East, and parts of Asia, where they are sometimes known as Asiatic cats. Their geographical boundaries are blurred, with regions where they coexist and interbreed with other wild cat species. To the north, they share territories with the European and Scottish wildcats. These northern cousins are bulkier, standing out as larger versions, roughly half the size bigger than your average house cat. African wildcats are experts in stealth. Their coats, often with a striped tabby pattern, blend seamlessly with the tall grasses and vegetation, making them nearly invisible to prey. This ability to vanish into the landscape is critical for their survival, especially when they have vulnerable, defenseless kittens. Even humans, with our superior color vision, struggle to spot them in their natural habitat. Though closely related to the European wildcats, the African wildcat is genetically closer to the elusive Chinese mountain cat, which inhabits the remote fringes of the Tibetan plateau, a cat so rare that encountering one in the wild would be a dream come true for any wildlife enthusiast. African wildcats are slightly larger than typical domestic cats, comparable in size to a Bengal, yet their behavior is far more reserved, and though their appearance might not immediately stand out, their real claim to fame is their lineage. They are the ancestors of every domestic cat today. This wild feline is to our house pets what the wolf is to the modern dog. Around 10,000 years ago, at a pivotal moment in human history, the African wildcat made its move. As humans transitioned from nomadic hunters to settled farmers, wildcats saw an opportunity. Agriculture brought about a surge in grain storage, which in turn attracted a feast of small mammals and birds. This buffet of easy prey lured African wildcats closer to human settlements. These adaptable hunters specialized in catching the very animals that farmers considered pests: rodents, small birds, and even reptiles. Living near humans had its advantages: readily available prey and shelter from larger predators. Some of their survival instincts remain in the DNA of today's house cats. When your pet cat darts into a box or climbs to a high perch, it's mimicking behaviors rooted in the survival strategies of their wild ancestors. In the harsh environments of deserts, savannas, and grasslands, the African wildcat relied on these instincts to avoid becoming prey themselves. Though not targeted by lions, the African wildcat had to contend with a range of other predators, including eagles, jackals, and even large snakes. The infamous feline reaction to cucumbers may even be an inherited fear of snake-like threats, harking back to the time when African wildcats had to stay vigilant for slithering dangers in the underbrush. The rivalry between cats and dogs has deep roots. It began over 1 million years ago and continues to this day, with wildcats still wary of canids, one of their enduring adversaries. This wariness is also reflected in their behavior. Wildcats remain solitary and cautious, hunting alone and only interacting with others during mating season. While domestic cats have developed a wide array of coat colors thanks to selective breeding, the African wildcat's fur remains practical and understated. This natural camouflage is a perfect adaptation to their rugged environments, allowing them to remain unseen until they are ready to strike. In contrast to domestic cats, wildcats are not social creatures. While feral cats form loose colonies and tolerate each other, African wildcats remain solitary, their interactions brief and limited to the breeding season. Typically, wildcat mothers have smaller litters of about 3 kittens. One would think that such an adaptable species would thrive, but there's a twist. The spread of human populations has had a profound impact on African wildcats. Domestic cats, introduced to new territories, often interbreed with their wild relatives, leading to hybrid offspring. These hybrids dilute the wildcat's genetic makeup, making it harder for pure African wildcats to survive in the wild. This problem isn't unique to Africa. Scottish wildcats have also faced a similar fate, with very few genetically pure individuals left due to extensive crossbreeding. Moreover, domestic cats don't just bring genetic issues, they also carry diseases that can devastate wild populations. Solutions are tricky. Sterilizing feral cats can help, but it's a costly and labor-intensive task that rarely tops governmental agendas. If pure populations of African wildcats drop to critical levels, however, scientists might have to rely on an unusual rescue strategy, using domestic cats as surrogates. Experiments have shown that domestic females can carry and give birth to African wildcat kittens if implanted with fertilized eggs from the wild species. Though complex and costly, this method may one day be necessary to preserve the lineage of the African wildcat. For now, conservationists hope it doesn't come to that. Maintaining healthy populations of African wildcats in the wild remains the best way to ensure that these remarkable cats continue to thrive, preserving a living link to our shared history with one of humanity's oldest animal companions. And that was today's video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave your comment below and your like, and we'll see you in the next Zoo Turtle video.